Last night I watched Tom Jones, a 2-hour, 8-minute movie from 1963 directed by Tony Richardson. And if you're looking for a Regency costume drama like Downton Abbey or Bridgerton that won 4 Oscars for Best Picture, Director, Score, and Screenplay, well, I don't know if you'd like it. I actually kind of doubt it. But if you're open to being argued into it by some random guy online, I would say maybe you should give it a chance. Based on my experiences with modern costume dramas like those, or even ones close to those that I've seen and really love, like Scorsese's The Age of Innocence or Sofia Coppola's The Beguiled, both of which I would recommend with no qualifications, I think this is quite a different kind of movie despite being set in a similar time and place with similar costumes and being kind of a romance. Because this is a disgusting movie, and that's largely the point. It's bawdy. A quick Google definition describes bawdy as meaning dealing with sexual matters in a comical way, humorously indecent. And yeah, the reason I struggle to recommend it if you like those kind of things is a lot of the appeal of Bridgerton and Downton Abbey is a kind of escapism into a world of grandeur, elegance, societal norms, and so on. There's a sense of luxury. There's a sense of subtlety in romance as opposed to outright lewdness. There's a lot of sophistication. There are complex relationships. While this is basically a satire on the idea of all that, it's much more of a story that might have happened in Game of Thrones while King Robert was on the throne, if every nobleman was basically King Robert, lecherously going after servants and hunting and fighting and so on. Even the main character, who would normally be kind of sympathetic, is just kind of a less crazed idiot, not really above any of the rest of them. But the reason I think you should watch is the recurring metaphorical comparison it makes between women and animals. And yeah, that's as grim as it sounds, but I think it's appropriate for how these people actually believed. In nearly every scene, there's some kind of animal motif that's meant to suggest women's place in the society, especially young unmarried women, is closest to kind of like a deer being hunted by a pack of bloodthirsty men and animals. Or if you're a servant woman, you're kind of a loyal dog waiting at the beck and call of your owner to do whatever with. The movie presents upper-class Regency society as full of predatory, lusty, inbred, malevolent, abusive, coarse-mannered dumbasses. I mean, every eating scene in this movie is disgusting, especially this one where they flirtatiously eat like 30 pears. And the reason I think this movie has a lot of value is this depiction of the aristocracy or upper class as well, wolfish and exploitative morons, is, I think, kind of missing from a lot of modern shows and movies. Generally, the only depictions we get of them are where there's a lot of sort of intellectual romanticism. And I don't know that that's a great thing. Tony Richardson makes sure to lean into establishing just how dirty and ravenous this world is, where they're concerned about a person's heritage like they would be a dog breed. Even little touches like showing the poor people of London literally putting a guy in a casket in the middle of the street while all this palace intrigue is going on. It's just, well, I loved it. Because the behavior in this movie by the aristocracy is obscene, and their existence is just kind of flatly obscene. I'm currently reading the book version of The Gangs in New York, which is a history book from the 1920s about the 1800s, and the depictions of the conditions of the slums in New York City are horrifying, and they were the same in Britain. And the idea that a bunch of aristocratic morons trampling and abusing and disgustingly working their way through Britain while that's happening is, well, that just kind of seems more thematically consistent with what they are instead of a costumed love story. Not that I have anything against costume love stories. I love those too. But let me know in the comments what you think, and please like and follow, and as always, thanks for watching.